I move that for each agenda item, trustees be limited to 45 seconds for each comment, question, discussion topic, and 2 minutes wrap-up or motion comment.
Trustee Bone.
Thank you. We find ourselves yet here again with this ridiculous motion, which we've seen it pass over and over again. We have seen our public come forward tonight. They elected 7 of us to sit up here and make very serious decisions for their children. I still don't know how to take this motion because for me, it goes to show that there's some on the board that keep voting for this that just don't take this business seriously. I sat with heads of NASA. I've sat with the heads of the Department of Defense at the Pentagon level. This is not how real business is done. If anybody in corporate world wants to come and tell me that this is how it's done, please tell me which business, because I've worked in many industries, and this is not how real business is done. But this is the way this board wants to treat our children. We have things like safety on the agenda tonight. And we want to limit trustees' questions to 45 seconds. And as somebody who studies semantics, please define question, because my questions are probably 45 seconds, but to set them up, because I tend to ask very detailed intellectual questions, they take some time.
Point of order, Trustee Bone. Please remember decorum.
I'm saying, can you please expand on what part of that decorum that you did not like? That I tend to ask very detailed intellectual questions? Because maybe everybody can hold up their papers. Can you guys maybe we can all hold up how we prepared for this? Because I got this list of questions, which were the only questions asked prior to this meeting. And those questions were only from Trustee Weston and Trustee Bone. So I want the community to know I over-prepare. That's why I have questions. That's why I have questions that are more than 45 seconds. I have very detailed questions that I want the community to hear. And to limit us, it leaves the mind to wonder. And my mind wonders too, how is it that 5 trustees never asked any questions before the meeting, and now 5 trustees apparently want to limit questions, and yet then they're going to vote on these very important things. Is it possible that they're using the superintendent for a walking quorum? A question. Is it possible that 3 of them are talking and then maybe one of them talks to one other person? There are so many ways that this could be done, but it makes one wonder. Our community deserves better, and specifically our children. I see early college, high school students out there. They deserve to hear our questions, our detailed questions, so that they don't get the wrong impressions. They deserve to hear us have good debate, not to limit each other's speech, which our founding fathers' First Amendment, which, some of you might have a problem with. But for most of us, the First Amendment is very important. So don't limit our speech here. Let us ask questions. Let us use our time. And the thing is, if you don't want to ask questions, don't ask questions. If you don't want debate, don't say anything. You all have the right to sit there. But Trustee Weston and I are very engaged. We very much want to talk to our community. We very much want the administration to answer questions in this forum so that our community can hear. And I see so many people that I may not agree with sometimes, but I know that there are community members that are super engaged and spend tons of time in our community. They deserve to hear this. They deserve to hear detailed questions, and they deserve to hear detailed answers. And they have a right not to limit us to 2 minutes or 45 seconds. And I will tell you, because it is possible, if we continue to do this, I might start using my 2 minutes of public comment time, and we can figure out how to do that. If you're going to limit my speech up here, then I'll go to the mic, and at least I'll get another 2 minutes. So I ask again, just let us go back to having open speech. If you all don't like the time, just don't say anything. But for those of us that are prepared, that have just tons of questions, that have spent hours giving up time with our families, preparing, let us ask these questions so that our community can hear.